Hello, everyone. It is Pat with our Oracle card reading and messages for this upcoming week. Today's the 9th of March. And so we're going in through, the 15th, which is at the end of this week. So now today, I know just from the brief things I've seen in the news, that it's been a bit of a crazy day with the stock market that was plunging, so they had to close the markets, and it's, certainly seems to be craziness out there. But today is also Mercury retrograde is at its end. So it's going direct now, which can bring in some intense energies. And it's still in a shadow period for a while. So, things can still seem kind of a little haywire while that's going on. But it starts to, generally speaking, as it moves into its out of retrograde and going direct, the energy does start to lighten up a bit. But we also have today a super full moon going on, I guess, in the astrological sign of Virgo. So there is an intensity that is going on. So for today's reading, I'm calling on the archangels like I usually do, but I called on more than one. I just do, one archangel who's overseeing us for the week. I decided to pull out 4 cards because I just feel like we could use that kind of support. And I went, just before I was going to start this video, I felt guided to the daily guidance from your angels, oracle cards. And this one, angels, gods, and goddesses. So just because in this time of craziness, angels bring messages of peace. And, I did ask what was ahead for our week, but I also ask of the angels, as what their messages are for us. Who can we call upon for that divine intervention and help when we feel like the world's going to hell in a handbasket? So, and as most of you know, these videos that I do, just a general disclaimer, they're for entertainment purposes only. They're not, definite predictions of things to come. I just kind of convey a sense as an intuitive, what I feel is these cards are relating to. So anyways, for the archangels for this week, we start out with Ariel. With the message of courage. And we are going to need to have a lot of courage to deal with some of the things that are going on in our world. And the message says, be courageous and stand up for your beliefs. So I think you will also find that what part of this, at least what I feel as I sense, as I look at that card, is it means there's people coming forward with their stories. Okay, exposing the truths, if you want to call it whistleblowers. It's people are being imbued with courage to come forward and speak the truth about things, about what they've seen going on, etc., etc. So you're going to see some of that taking place. And that's what she's about. It's about having the courage to stand up for your beliefs when you believe something has been wrongly handled, wrongly done. It's not about going overboard and creating a drama when there is none, but it's having the courage to step forward and speak your truth about something, or writing it, So, it's about having the courage of your convictions too, it can be about standing your ground with something. So Ariel's imbuing us with this courage, and it has to do with the courage to move forward, or the courage to deal with things that are presently going on in your life right now. If you do have any, because for some people there are crises going on right now. So it's about having the courage. She's lending us the courage to deal with those crises and the things that we see, going on in the world. So we also have Archangel Azrael, who came out with this message of counselor. And it says, you are a natural counselor, and many people benefit from your guidance and reassurance. So you may find that people are coming to you, talking things out with you. Even if you're not necessarily a formal counselor in the sense of being a grief counselor or a psychologist or something like that. We all act in some ways as a counselor when, we have a friend or a loved one who's troubled, and we're just kind of giving them that, gentle little pat or rub on the back and listening to them, as and having that space, giving them that space to listen, to be heard, and to speak freely. So, anyways, Kitty wants to go out. Go ahead. It is a lovely and beautiful day here where I am. It's so nice. You could wear short sleeves and go walking outside. It's like a beautiful 60-degree day in the middle of winter, which is nice when that happens. Anyways, so just know that you may find this week that people are coming to you, talking to you, you're acting in that capacity. If you are someone who's a formal counselor of some kind, you may find that there's more people coming to you. Even if you're a counselor in like a particular spiritual or religious organization, you may find that there's more people coming to you and reaching out, because we're in crazy times, and when things in the world get crazy, people do reach out to their spiritual counselors, to those in their spiritual community that they feel safe with, and they're kind of looking for that connection to spirit, to be reminded that we are looked after and taken care of by the higher power, whether you call it God or whatever your name for it is, whether you call it just your higher power. So anyways, that's what I get about this card. And it also could mean for some of you that you've just realized that it's time for you to seek out some counseling. Maybe you've had some trouble dealing with a situation in your life, or you're just going through a troubling time yourself, regardless of what's going on in the world. And so it's a confirmation for you that, yeah, maybe it is time to seek out a formal counselor, okay? Who else is? Oh, Michael. Michael, with this message, you are safe, okay? I am protecting you against lower energies and guarding you, your loved ones, and your home. So, and actually in these last few cards, with going back to the counselor card for just a moment, if you do find yourself in that space where, someone's, kind of opening up to you and you don't really know what to say, Azrael is that archangel he helps people deal with loss. So whether it's loss of a loved one or any kind of loss, financial loss, loss of reputation, loss of face, what have you, he can help you find the words that would bring comfort to someone. If you're sending a sympathy card, kind of don't know what to say. He can help you with that if you call upon his energies. And, also if you're just looking for the right gesture to bring some comfort to someone. So now, and then we move on to Archangel Michael, and he's addressing our, there's a lot of us out there who are feeling very vulnerable right now. And, maybe you're very worried about this virus that's going around, or you're worried about other things in your world at this time. So he's reminding us that we're safe and the angels are looking out for us. And I feel in a bigger way, they're letting us know that as a people, as a country, as a world, we will get through this time. We will be looking back on it one day from a much more peaceful space, saying, wow, remember when that happened? Just like right now, or at other times when we've been in a better space, you look back at the past and say, wow, look how far we've come, from these difficult times in the past. So, because there certainly have been crises of different kinds that have been around before. There certainly have been other viruses that have been around before. There's been other financial crises around before. So, and we've gotten through those times. And Michael's reassuring us that we will get through them again. And you can call on him as an energy if you need courage and to feel safe, in your environment, if you're going on a trip, whatever, if you're just feeling a lot of fear right now. He's an angel who you can call upon to help with courage. He and Archangel Ariel are kind of like a male and female version that embody courage. Michael's got this this, in this image, he's got this, like strong bodyguard kind of very masculine energy that's protective. And Ariel's form of courage more embraces grace and strength and things like that. They both are angelic energies that we can call upon for strength and courage. But it's always nice to get that card. He shows up with his sword of truth. He cuts through the he cuts through the negativity. He cuts through, the false representations of things, I guess. So, I consider Michael's sword to be like a sword of truth. He cuts away the those cords, those things that are looking to attach themselves to us to draw in our attention and mislead us sometimes. So if you're looking to feel safer by trying to figure out what's the truth of what you're seeing, what you're being shown, call upon Archangel Michael for that. All right. And finally, of the archangels, we got Sandalphon with this message of gentleness again, a reminder to be gentle with ourselves, with our society, with our world right now. We are going through a difficult time of change. There's a lot of adversity. Adversity brings about change. And so, you can be gentle with yourself even when you are being very, disciplined. I think we sometimes tend to associate being hard on ourselves as a way to get ourselves really disciplined. I'm not sure why I get that association, but I know there are sometimes people who are, like to kind of whip their own butt and as a way of getting themselves engaged in, real hard discipline to accomplish things. And I'm not going to say that's entirely wrong. If that's their method and it works for them, great. But you don't necessarily need to have that. You can be gentle with yourself and still be, very disciplined. And but it's a reminder that these energies are intense right now and to go easy on yourself. Okay. He says, be very gentle with yourself at this time. Surround yourself with gentle people, gentle situations, and environments. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, it's okay to take 5, step out of the noise and the chaos, give yourself a night at home to yourself, or, an hour or 2 outside where it's quiet, where you don't have to be interrupted, where you can process your feelings and you can calm your nervous system down if you're feeling troubled by what's going on in the world. Take some deep breaths outside. So anyways, those are the archangel messages. Now, the daily guidance from your angel messages are a little more, just slightly different ones, okay? We start out the week with this one, steady progress. We acknowledge you for the progress you've made in remembering love in your daily activities. So this is going out to you. I mean, a lot of you out there are really trying to stay positive, and not get caught up in the stuff that's drawing us in the media, the craziness, the fear, And so it's reminding you to keep doing that. But also in general, it goes out to people who are, if you're trudging along a certain path and and it feels like you're just not getting anywhere, it's a reminder from the angels to keep going. Remember how far you've come. You are making progress, okay? It says, we can clearly see the contribution you're making to the world through your thoughts, feelings, and actions of love. So, and I feel like this goes out to people who are in prayer groups out there that are praying for the world and its people. So take heart, because, the prayers that you're saying, the prayers that you're putting out there are working, okay? So we also have shower of abundance. So there's money coming in. I mean, I think for some of you, it could be that your tax money comes in. You could be receiving a bonus or a raise of some kind. When this card shows up, there is real, tangible, spendable money, but it's also abundance in other forms too. But there's definitely, if you look at her hands, she's opened her hands and there's, gold coins spilling out of it. So I often find whenever that card shows up, there's money coming in. Maybe money that you are expecting, that you've been waiting for, or it could be unexpected money. It's always nice when it's unexpected and it shows up and it's like, oh, okay, that's great. So, and it's bringing healing to, a financial situation for you. So if you're waiting on it to pay something else, if you're waiting on it to, waiting on it to pay something else. Or, I also feel like it might be like people who are waiting on maybe to hear if they got a mortgage or something so they could purchase a home. It may be in that form as well. Okay. The funding finally comes through for you to be able to move forward with the home purchase that you're looking to do, or the car purchase or something like that. So, now the next card they gave us is this one, Cleanse and Detoxify. And it says, with great love and respect, we ask you to detoxify your precious and sensitive body. It generally indicates that you might be looking at, more of a clean diet. When I see this card, I usually think of it as something dietary, but it certainly could be energetically that you're clearing yourself out. You're clearing out your mind of, maybe repetitive negative thoughts. It's just time, as we get toward, this is moving more towards the end of the week. You're clearing out. You might be, clearing out your home if you, got that money coming in and you're definitely going to move. But it has to do both with physical stuff. You might be cleaning out your diet, cleaning out your home, cleaning out your spirit. And they're, kind of urging you to do that, as well as, it's definitely, when I pulled these cards, I said, what's coming up for the week? So, some of you might be going on a cleanse of some kind. Okay. I know there's a lot of people out there who do that. So that's definitely going on. And what's nice is at the end of the week, the card they gave us is there's nothing to worry about. And he's holding the dove of peace, and behind him, I think of what's behind him as the earth. Okay. So, and the message on this card says it all. He says, you are safe, and this situation is under the perfect control of divine providence and universal order. Only infuse loving thoughts and emotions into the situation to ensure that the highest possible outcome flows effortlessly to and through you. Pardon me. So, again, another reminder, just like we got from Archangel Michael, that things are going to be okay. Okay. We will get through this time. It does feel very intense, and there's a lot going on in the world. But ultimately, it's going to be okay. All right. We are going to get through this time. Justice is going to be served. Things are going to be corrected that are out of order, brought back into balance. We just need to have a bit of patience, okay? And keep doing what we're doing, okay? And having courage. All right, so let's see what the angels, gods, and goddesses want to tell us. Angels, what is your message for us this week? What do we need to know? Okay. Ooh, Goddess of Psychic Protection. It says, what you believe you create. No one can harm you. All right. I want to read a little bit about what that card says, because it's a really interesting message. So it says, you subconsciously believe that someone is energetically trying to cause negativity in your life. This card's come out today to remind you that life force or energy at the heart of every living thing is, in essence, love. Each individual soul forms a part of a universal soul. All is energetically connected through the light of love. No one can psychically harm you, possess you, or influence you unless you believe that they can. So what you believe, you create. You do not need to protect yourself from others as much as you need to protect yourself from your own negative beliefs and fears. So what this has to do with, and it's very much in alignment with the courage card and the steady progress, is that we're taking our power back. Okay. It's about stepping forward, and for many people, they're going to be taking their power back. So it says to dissolve these beliefs and fears, all you need to do is focus on the light and love within and around you and within and around every living thing. It's like something out of Star Wars. Believe in the Force. The Force is all around you. So it's about focusing on the love, light, and wisdom that's in everything. Because what you focus on grows. And, it's about knowing that there are, despite what we see going on in the news, in our world, in our political environment, there are people of good character in the world. There are people, and, people in positions of leadership, people who are politicians who do have moral character. And, whoops, excuse me for one moment. Okay. So, it's, even if you disagree with people on different issues and, what's being put out there, you can still focus on the light and love within everyone, and the integrity within people, okay? And you can also focus on believing that this will all work out for the best and highest good, okay? And this comes out to, it's the angel of healing. And it says, the angels have felt your sadness and have shown up today to send you healing. So this is definitely related to the Archangel Azrael card about comfort. I'm sorry, counselor. I take that back. It was the counselor card. So there's healing that's taking place. And so I do feel like that card goes out to some of you who may be watching, who are experiencing right now, you're either suffering from a physical ailment or a disease, maybe you have cancer or some other kind of, like I said, medical condition that you've been dealing with, okay? And they feel your sadness around it. Because it is, when we get very sick, if you're someone who is used to being a very healthy, vital person, it can make you feel sad when you have a debilitating illness that's going on that, suddenly you can't do all the things you normally do, or when you have a lot of pain in your body, and you're chronically tired. The angels are letting you know that they see the sadness that you've been experiencing, and that there is healing. They're sending you healing, very much in response maybe to help that you have asked for. Okay. Anything else? Angels, gods, and goddesses. The angel of clearing. And this is in alignment with that message about cleanse and detoxify. It says your time of waiting and confusion will soon be over. The angel of clearing. It says, if you know that your period of doubt, frustration, and confusion you have experienced in recent months was a necessary part of your growth, and in its own way, also a blessing. Okay, so, and it reminds me of this card that came up in a reading I did back in January, mid-January, for the first few months of the year. Because the archangel that was overseeing us for March was Archangel Raziel, with the message of clairvoyance, seeing things clearly. And this card confirms that as well. And it's both, in our personal world, you're seeing maybe your life in a clearer way. If you've been really confused about some things in your life, maybe relationships in your life, it's clearing up. And it coincides really too with the fact that Mercury is going direct. Mercury can be a time of real smoke and mirrors, and things can be misunderstood. We have to reread things, resend things, and maybe ask about things a second time to get clarity. So it can just be a time of, where, like I said, smoke and mirrors, where the waters seem a little muddier and it's harder to read things. But anyways, it's a clearing and a lifting that's taking place. And this month, there's definitely things that are going to become clearer to us, in part because of those people that at the beginning of the reading that I mentioned, who have the courage to come forward and speak their truth about things that they've seen go on, or just, speak the truth about who they are. So there's a lot of clearing the way to seeing the truth that's going to be taking place this month. So that's what this angel of clearing is about. And there's a lot coincides with that cleanse and detoxify. Sure, at a personal level, it's about cleansing and detoxifying your body, mind, and heart. But we also, as a nation, are cleansing and detoxifying what the stuff that's icky and doesn't work in our world anymore. So anyways, those are our messages. It's, oh gosh, been nearly half an hour. So I am going to stop talking now. And I'm going to thank you so much for watching. I'm going to wish you a wonderful day and week. And I look forward to speaking with you again soon. Take care, everyone.